Hey everyone, it's Nurse Sarah, and in this video, I'm going to walk you through how to solve injectable medication dosage calculation problems using the ratio and proportion method. Now, if you want to work these problems alongside me, you can access a free worksheet via the link in the description below. So let's get started. When you're solving dosage calculation problems, there's various ways you can do that. Like here, we're going to use the ratio and proportion method, like I pointed out earlier. However, you could use dimensional analysis, you could use the formula method, like desired over half. If you prefer those methods, I have a bunch of videos up here that you can access that will show you how to solve these problems using those methods. Here, our first problem says that the healthcare provider has ordered 0.5 milligrams IM, so intramuscular, every month. And you're supplied with a vial that reads on it 1,000 micrograms per ml. So every ml you're withdrawing, you're going to be giving that patient 1,000 micrograms. Well, our order is in milligrams. So right there, that's telling us we're going to have to do some converting from our metric table. And what we're trying to solve for is milliliters per dose. So with this method, what we're going to do is we are going to set up some ratios. And in the end, when we solve, they should be equal, equivalent to each other. So we need to create a known ratio and an unknown ratio. Let me quickly go through this setup with you for people who may not be familiar with this method. So with our known ratio, what we're going to do to create it is we're going to take the dose that we got and we're going to put that over the volume that we got. Eventually that should be equal to our unknown ratio, which that's the part we're trying to solve for, which how you make that is you put the dose ordered over X, and that is just the metric unit or whatever unit you're trying to solve for. So that's what we really don't know. Now, one thing I need to point out, see these little asterisks I have here, what that means is that these units of these, like these top units up here and these top units down here, they must match in order to solve. So if you have milligrams here and micrograms here, that's not good. You gotta do some converting. They both either need to be micrograms or milligrams. And then the same concept would be for the bottom if it had different units. And you'll see what I'm talking about as I'm working that. So first, let's go ahead and create our known ratio. So you are supplied with a dose that's 1,000 micrograms over the volume you got, which is 1 milliliter. So we created that ratio, now let's create our unknown ratio. That is going to be the dose that's been ordered. The dose that's ordered is 0.5 milligrams. And that's going to be over X, and that is what we're trying to solve for, and we're trying to solve for milliliters. Okay, so we have our ratios. Now can we solve? Well, let's take a little look at those units of measurement. Okay, at the top we have micrograms and milligrams. Those don't match, so we know we're going to have to do some converting up there. Now let's look at the bottom. We have milliliters, milliliters. We're good to go on that. We don't really need to touch it. So first, we're just going to go over here and convert these milligrams to micrograms. Now, in order to do that, you have to remember from the metric table how many micrograms and milligrams are equivalent to each other. So we know from the metric table that 1,000 micrograms equals 1 milligram. Okay, and we have 0.5 milligrams. So you can do this various ways. It's whatever you feel comfortable with. One way is you can just remember when you're going from a larger unit to a smaller unit, like we're going from milligrams to micrograms, we're going to multiply. But let's say we're going from a smaller unit to a larger unit, like it was flipped, we were going from micrograms to milligrams, we would divide. So with this, we're going to multiply. You're going to do 0.5 times 1,000. That's going to give you 500. So we just converted here. But let me quickly show you another method. There's the decimal movement method. With this, what you would do is you look at where you're going. We're going from a larger unit to a smaller unit. And because of that, we would move the decimal 3 places to the right. On the flip side, if we were going from smaller to larger, we would move the decimal 3 places to the left. So to do that, this is our starting number, going from large to small, so we're going to move 3 places to the right. And whenever we do that, we're going to get 500. So it's the same thing, it's whatever you feel comfortable doing. Now that we have figured that out, we are going to plug that converted part in. So 1,000, just rewrite your problem, 1,000 micrograms over 1 milliliter, and then plug this in that you just solved for. It's 500 micrograms over X. That's the milliliters that we're solving for. So now everything matches and we're ready to cross multiply. So 1,000 times X gives you 1,000X. 1 times 5 gives you 500. So now we need to get X all by itself, because when we do that, it's going to give us our answer. So we're going to divide over here by 1,000. That cancels that out, and that leaves X all by itself. And then, but what we did on this side, we must do on the other side. So we're going to divide over here. So 500 divided by 1,000, that is going to give us 0.5 milliliters. And that is our answer for this problem. This problem says the healthcare provider has ordered 1 gram IM every 8 hours, and you're supplied with a vial that reads 250 milligrams per ml. And what we need to determine is the milliliters per day. So always make sure you pay attention to what the problem's asking, because this problem wants to know how many milliliters is that patient getting the whole day, not per dose. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up our ratios, and we're figuring out the per dose part, and then we're going to take an extra step and figure out the per day. So first, let's do our known ratio. So that's the dose you got over the volume you got. You get that from the supplied part. The dose we have is 250 milligrams over the volume, which is 1 milliliter. Now let's do our unknown ratio. This is the dose that's been ordered. It's a 1 gram dose over what we're trying to solve for, which is milliliters, so X. So we're just going to put that there to remind us that that's where we're trying to solve for. Okay, can we go ahead and cross multiply and solve? Well, let's look at those units of measurement. Here we have milligrams, there we have grams. They don't match, so we've got to do some converting. We have milliliters, that's good to go. We don't really have to touch that. So this converting is actually pretty easy, because it just says 1 gram. What I want to do is I want to get this into milligrams. So we know from the metric table that 1,000 milligrams equals 1 gram. So there's not much converting we have to do. That's all. So that's the number that we need to plug back into this ratio so we can actually solve it. So let's quickly rewrite our problem. So 250 milligrams over 1 milliliter equals, we're not going to put 1 gram, we're going to put 1,000 milligrams, because we want these to match, over X. Okay, now everything matches, so we can cross multiply and solve for our answer. So 250 times X gives me 250X. 1 times 1,000 gives me 1,000. Now we need to isolate X all by itself. So we're going to divide over here. That cancels out that 250, and it leaves X by itself. But what we did on this side, we have to do on the other side. Therefore, 1,000 divided by 250 is going to give me 4. And this is 4 milliliters per dose. We just calculated the individual dose that the patient's getting. So it tells us that the patient is going to be getting this every 8 hours. So how many hours are in a day? There's 24. So if they're getting this every 8 hours, how many doses is that? That's 3 doses that they're getting. So what we're just going to take is we're going to take the amount that they're getting at an individual dose, which is 4, multiply that by 3, which is the number of doses that they're getting per day, because they're getting 4 milliliters, and then 4 milliliters again. When you add all that up, or you multiply 4 times 3, that is going to give you 12 milliliters per day that this patient is getting, and that is our answer. For this problem, I'm going to change things up just a little bit. We're still going to do an injectable medication calculation, but I'm going to make it weight-based. So it says that the healthcare provider has ordered 2 milligrams per kilogram sub-Q every 12 hours. And what that's saying is that for every kilogram this patient weighs, they need 2 milligrams of medication. Therefore, in order to know how much has truly been ordered, we have to know the patient's most recent accurate weight, which tells us it's 90 pounds. We're supplied with 40 milligrams per 0.4 mLs, and what we need to determine is how many milliliters per dose this patient's going to get. So let's go ahead and create our known ratio. That's going to be the dose you got over the volume you got. And we get that from the supplied part because that's what we're holding, that's what we have. So it's going to be 40 milligrams over 0.4 milliliters. We're done with our known ratio. Now let's look at our unknown. Over here will be the dose ordered. Well, we don't know that exact dose order just yet. We got to do some more calculating because we have a patient's weight in pounds. It's ordered in kilograms. So first thing we got to do is we've got to convert. We know from the metric table that there are 2.2 pounds in 1 kilogram. Because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to convert these 90 pounds to kilograms. So we're going from a smaller unit to a larger unit. We're going from pounds to kilograms. Therefore, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 90 and divide by 2.2. So whenever we take 90, divide by 2.2, that is going to give us 40.9090, repeating. And you always want to round according to how your university wants you to round. Here I'm going to round to the nearest tenth. So the patient weighs 40.9 kilograms. Okay, I have that information. Now, it said, based on what was ordered, for every 1 kilogram that patient is, they need 2 milligrams of medication. So they weigh 40.9 kilograms. Therefore, what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply this by 2. And that's where I'm getting that 2 is from our problem. So 40.9 times 2 is going to give me 81.8 milligrams. That is the dose that this patient needs based on their weight. So now we can plug that part in to this unknown ratio. So 81.8 milligrams over X, which is milliliters. That's what we're trying to determine. So are we ready to solve? Well, let's check to see if our units match up. We have milligrams, milligrams. Awesome. Milliliters, milliliters. Great. So now we can cross multiply. 40 times X gives us 40X. 0.4 times 81.8. That is going to give us 32.72. Now we need to isolate X all by itself. So to do that, we're going to divide over here, 40 divided by 40. That X's itself out completely. That leaves us just with X. But what we did on this side, we have to do over here. So 32.72 divided by 40, that is going to give us 0.818. Now, again, round how your university wants you to round, but what we're going to do, since this value here is less than 1 milliliter, when it's less than 1 milliliter, we're going to round to the nearest hundredth. If it was greater than 1 milliliter, we would round to the nearest tenth. So again, just to quickly recap some math, we have our tens, hundredths, thousandths. So we're going to round to the hundredths. Here's the hundredths place. So we have to look next door. That's an 8, 5 or higher. We're going to round this number up, which is our hundredths place. So X is going to equal 0.82. And that is our answer. That's how many milliliters per dose this patient needs based on their weight. Okay, so that wraps up this review. If you'd like more practice on injectable medications, you can access a free quiz on my website via the link in the description below.